December 7, 1941, a date that plunged America into the most brutal conflict in human history. The battlefront stretched across oceans, from the frozen steppes of Russia to the scorching deserts of North Africa. But it was the vast, seemingly endless expanse of the Pacific that presented the most formidable strategic challenge. How do you strike at an enemy whose homeland lies thousands of miles across an unbridged sea? How do you project power when your existing reach falls tragically short? The answer, America decided, lay not in incremental improvement, but in radical innovation. The United States Army Air Forces issued a breathtaking specification, a very long-range bomber capable of carrying a 20,000-pound bomb load for 5,000 miles at speeds exceeding 400 miles per hour and altitudes over 30,000 feet. This was not merely an upgrade. It was a demand for the impossible. Existing bombers, while valiant, lacked the range and the high-altitude performance crucial for deep penetration raids against Japan. The need was urgent, the stakes existential. Boeing, already a titan of aviation with the B-29, rose to the challenge. What became the B-29 program pushed every boundary of engineering. Designed under immense pressure, often literally around the clock, it was an ambitious and costly gamble. Boeing poured its resources, its finest minds, and its very future into this project. Early mock-ups hinted at its colossal scale: a fuselage longer than a city bus, wings spanning over 141 feet, and a tail taller than a two-story house. This was a machine built to conquer distance and defy gravity. The B-29 wasn't just big, it was brilliant. To achieve its high-altitude performance, it featured a revolutionary fully pressurized cabin, protecting its crew from the deadly cold and thin air at 30,000 feet. For the first time, bomber crews could operate without constant oxygen masks, greatly reducing fatigue on missions lasting 12 to 16 hours. Its unique laminar flow wings significantly reduced drag, boosting speed and efficiency. And for defense, it boasted the General Electric remote-controlled gun system, where a single gunner could direct multiple turrets from a central sighting station, an unprecedented leap in airborne firepower. Powering this behemoth were four immense Wright R-3350 duplex Cyclone radial engines, each churning out 2,200 horsepower. These were the most powerful aircraft engines in the world at the time, yet they were also the B-29's Achilles heel. Prone to overheating and catastrophic fires, they demanded constant attention and skilled maintenance. Early test flights were plagued with engine failures, sometimes resulting in tragic crashes. The B-29 pushed the boundaries of every component, and the engines were often pushed beyond their limits. Despite the immense technical hurdles, the urgency of war meant the B-29 program could not fail. The United States launched an unparalleled production effort, costing over $3 billion by 1944, more than the Manhattan Project itself. 4 major assembly plants in Wichita, Renton, Marietta, and Omaha, along with hundreds of subcontractors, were tasked with building thousands of these complex aircraft. It was a logistical and manufacturing miracle, a testament to American industrial might fully mobilized. The first B-29s to see combat were deployed in the spring of 1944 for Operation Matterhorn. Rather than island hopping, the initial strategy involved operating from bases in India, flying their missions to Japan via forward airfields in Chengdu, China. This was a logistical nightmare on an epic scale. Fuel, bombs, and spare parts had to be flown over the hump, the treacherous Himalayan mountain range to China, consuming valuable payload capacity and risking aircraft and crews. Matterhorn proved the B-29's range, but its operational efficiency was unsustainable. A more direct approach was needed. As the brutal island-hopping campaign progressed, the focus shifted to the newly captured Mariana Islands, Saipan, Tinian, and Guam. These islands, strategically located within direct striking distance of Japan, were transformed into colossal air bases. U.S. Navy Seabees worked around the clock, carving out immense runways, maintenance facilities, and barracks from the jungle. Tinian alone became the largest airbase in the world, a testament to American engineering and determination. From the Marianas, the B-29s of the 21st Bomber Command began their raids. Initially, the strategy was high-altitude precision bombing, aimed at Japan's industrial infrastructure. However, the realities of combat soon became apparent. Powerful jet stream winds at 30,000 feet made accurate bombing nearly impossible. Japanese fighter resistance, though dwindling, was still a threat, and the B-29's temperamental engines continued to be a major concern, with many aircraft lost not to enemy action, but to mechanical failure over the vast Pacific. Facing these challenges, Major General Curtis LeMay was appointed to command the 21st Bomber Command in January 1945. LeMay, a ruthless pragmatist, immediately changed tactics. Abandoning high-altitude precision, he ordered the B-29s to fly at much lower altitudes, 5,000 to 9,000 feet, and crucially, to use incendiary bombs. The goal was no longer precision, it was area bombing, designed to utterly destroy Japan's urban industrial areas and break the will of its people. The night of March 10, 1945, saw the deadliest air raid in human history. Over 300 B-29s unleashed a torrent of incendiary bombs on Tokyo. The low-altitude attack, combined with perfect weather conditions and the highly combustible nature of Tokyo's wooden architecture, ignited a firestorm of unimaginable intensity. Temperatures soared to 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, creating hurricane-force winds that sucked oxygen from the streets. Over 16 square miles of the city were incinerated. An estimated 100,000 people died that night, and over 1 million were left homeless. It was a horrifying testament to the B-29's destructive power and the brutal realities of total war. Even as B-29s ravaged Japan with conventional bombs, an unimaginable secret was nearing its climax. Thousands of miles away, in laboratories and remote deserts, the most ambitious scientific and engineering project in history was unfolding: the Manhattan Project. Its goal to harness the power of the atom to create a weapon of unprecedented destructive force. Only a few people knew its true purpose. To deliver this ultimate weapon, a special aircraft was needed. Only the B-29, with its range, altitude, and payload capacity, was deemed suitable. Under a top-secret program known as Silver Plate, 15 B-29s were specially modified, stripped of armor, fitted with new bomb bay doors, and equipped with specialized instruments. These aircraft and the elite 509th Composite Group, assembled to fly them under Colonel Tibbets, trained in isolation, their true missions shrouded in impenetrable secrecy. The fate of the world would soon rest on their wings. August 6, 1945. At 2:45 a.m., the B-29 Enola Gay, piloted by Colonel Tibbets, lifted off from Tinian. Tucked inside its specially modified bomb bay was Little Boy, the world's first deployed atomic bomb. At 8:15 a.m. local time, 31,000 feet above the city of Hiroshima, the bomb was released. 43 seconds later, a blinding flash, then a deafening roar, and a colossal mushroom cloud billowed miles into the sky. Hiroshima ceased to exist. An estimated 70,000 to 140,000 people died instantly or within months, victims of the blast, fire, and radiation. The B-29, the ultimate weapon, had ushered in the atomic age, changing forever the nature of warfare and humanity's place on Earth. Despite the unfathomable destruction, Japan did not immediately surrender. 3 days later, on August 9th, Another silver plate B-29, the Boxcar, carried the Fat Man plutonium bomb. Due to cloud cover over its primary target, Kokura, the mission diverted to its secondary, Nagasaki. At 11:02 a.m., the Fat Man detonated, engulfing Nagasaki in a second nuclear inferno, killing an estimated 40,000 to 75,000 people. Faced with this incomprehensible new power and the Soviet Union's entry into the war, Japan surrendered unconditionally on August 15, 1945. World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history, was finally over. The decision to use the atomic bombs remains one of the most debated and ethically complex actions in history. Proponents argue it saved countless lives by avoiding a bloody invasion of the Japanese mainland. Critics contend it was an act of unthinkable destruction, raising profound moral questions about the use of such weapons. Regardless of one's perspective, the B-29, as the instrument of this ultimate power, forever linked itself to a moment of both finality and terrifying new beginnings. The B-29's operational life didn't end with World War II. It continued to serve as a vital asset in the emerging Cold War landscape. During the Berlin airlift, B-29s were adapted to carry crucial supplies to the blockaded city, showcasing their versatility. Then, when the Korean War erupted in 1950, the Superfortress returned to combat, flying strategic bombing missions against North Korean and Chinese targets. However, it now faced a new formidable adversary, the Soviet-built MiG-15 jet fighter, signaling the dawn of the jet age and the B-29's eventual obsolescence as a frontline bomber. The B-29 became a potent symbol of American power in the early years of the Cold War, a stark reminder of its long-range nuclear capabilities. Its advanced design was so coveted that when several B-29s made emergency landings in Soviet territory during the war, Stalin ordered them reverse-engineered. The result was the Tupolev Tu-4, a meticulously copied Soviet version of the Superfortress. This technological espionage underscored the B-29's unparalleled design and ensured its influence spread even behind the Iron Curtain, shaping the strategic bomber fleets of both superpowers. Beyond its combat and Cold War roles, the B-29 was a crucial technological bridge. Its pressurized cabin, sophisticated remote gunnery, and sheer scale laid the foundational design principles for future generations of strategic bombers. The B-36 Peacemaker, the B-47 Stratojet, and even the legendary B-52 Stratofortress all carried the genetic legacy of the Superfortress. It proved the viability of long-range, high-altitude flight, forever transforming military aviation doctrine and showing that massive, complex aircraft could be mass-produced and effectively maintained. Today, only a precious few B-29s remain from the nearly 4,000 produced. Some stand as silent sentinels in museums, like the Enola Gay at the Udvar Hazy Center, preserving their complex history. Others, like the meticulously restored Fifi and Doc, still take to the skies, their thunderous engines a living echo of a bygone era. These flying examples are not merely machines, they are tributes to the thousands of individuals who designed, built, flew, and maintained them, and tangible connections to one of the most transformative periods in human history. The B-29 Superfortress. It was conceived from a desperate need, forged in the crucible of war, and became America's ultimate weapon. It pushed the boundaries of technology, reshaped warfare, and irrevocably altered the trajectory of human civilization. Its story is a complex tapestry woven with threads of unprecedented innovation, immense courage, widespread destruction, and profound moral reckoning. It stands as a powerful testament to human ingenuity, and a sobering, perpetual reminder of the unimaginable power we can unleash and the awesome responsibility that must accompany it. The B-29 Superfortress, more than just an aircraft, it marked the true dawn of a new era, an era where humanity possessed the means to annihilate itself, and with it, the solemn imperative to choose peace.